Yes.
I'll kindly request all the participants to mute their mics. We are starting with the ceremony. Good morning and a warm welcome to all the guests we have with us today and all the participants who are still joining. I'm Yanishwari Elne, the host for your inaugural ceremony today. I'm currently volunteering as the Secretary and Membership Development Chair at Yashwantrao Chauhan College of Engineering, Nagpur Student Branch, and also as the IEEE Nagpur Subsection and Bombay Sections Student Committee. We are gathered here today for the inauguration ceremony of our 2-week Employment Development and Innovation Challenge program, Game-A-Thon. This program is brought to you under 2021 Region 10 sponsored New Innovation Challenge of Educational Activities Committee organized by IEEE Yashwantrao Chauhan College of Engineering Nagpur Student Branch and in collaboration with IEEE Nagpur Subsection, IEEE Bombay Section, Entrepreneurship and Innovation Committee and Sachal Technology Limited Liability Partnership Firm. I'm actually honored to be hosting this inaugural event since it's going to be huge and I can already feel it. Moving forward, I would like to welcome our guest for the ceremony. I'd like to welcome Dr. Abhay Gandhi sir. Dr. Abhay Gandhi sir did his BE Electronics Engineering in 1989 from BRC Nagpur and MEEC from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore in 1991. Now he is a professor at VNIT since 2012. He has published more than 2065 research papers, mostly in science and Scopus journals and international conferences. More, one of the research papers co-authored by Sir has received Best Paper Award at Global Wireless Summit held in June 2013 at Atlanta City, USA. He is a senior member of IEEE and also a member of ITE and ISTE. He has been a member of Executive Committee, Execom of IEEE Nagpur Subsection, and he is the chair of Nagpur Subsection for 2021. So, since we do not have Sir with us, he has sent us his video. We might have a look to the video. Ronak, could you present the video? Ronak, am I audible?
Yes, I am presenting. It's not audible?
Okay.
No, it's not audible.
No, it's not audible, Ronak.
Okay, I will represent. Is it visible now?
Yeah, it is visible.
And audio?
Hello everyone, good
Yeah,
morning
it is
from me.
audible.
I am Professor Abhay Gandhi. I am currently the chair of IEEE Nagpur subsection and I am glad to be with you here today. My colleagues at YCCE, other dignitaries who are participating in this exciting event and dear participants. When I went through the details of this program, I found it very interesting because nowadays with everything becoming online, having something hands-on experience and having an experience that leads to something very useful. I think it is very difficult to imagine this kind of activities, but I am really impressed the way this activity of Game-A-Thon has been designed, and my very hearty appreciation to the to the very idea. When an idea is conceived and presented, I think that is half of the story, and the remaining half is of course the execution. So I am pretty sure that all the participants will put in their best and will act as per the spirit of the activity and come out with their best. And whoever wins or whoever loses, that's a separate issue. but merely participating sincerely will definitely take you from whatever you are. It will definitely enhance your skill, your knowledge, and your confidence. All these things, I think, will be the best outcome that we can foresee from the activity here. My best wishes to this activity, and I am quite happy that student chapters like YCCE are organizing this, and this all adds up to the resume of IEEE Nagpur subsection. So I am thankful to them also for this wonderful idea. So my all the best wishes to all the participants. Enjoy IEEE. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Ronak. I would like our branch counselor at IEEE YCCSB, Mr. Prasanna Palsodkar, sir, to please speak a few words for this event.
Yeah. Hello. Good morning, all. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
So, dear participant, I welcome you to this a very interesting activity by IEEE Student Branch YCCE. The name is Game-A-Thon. As the name indicates, you will enjoy this activity for the next 2 weeks because we have planned a very good session. The first one today is by Mr. Abbhishek. So we'll be explaining about you the LinkedIn, how to maintain your LinkedIn profile. Then you will be learning about how to build the games through the web development using games. And when I came to know that we have received the grant for organizing this program, that is SEDP program under Region 10. I'm very happy for the YCCSB and the team who just thought of that having such an activity at our SB. And about this, what I wish to say is uh, to give a preliminary introduction of IEEE SB. We started a student branch long back in 2006. Till then, we have organized many activities and participated at state, national, and international level too. Right. And then at international level, our SB have won first prize in the project competition, which was held at Dhaka, Bangladesh. So in that competition, three teams from YCCSB have participated, wherein one team received the first prize, one of the team received the honorary mention in that competition, and two, from last 4 years we are participating in the IEEE Extreme competition, which is an online international coding competition, which is a 24 hours online competition, right? The students wherein start competing against something odds, say I can say 3,000 or 4,000 teams all over the world, which starts in India at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. Right. Just in the last year only due to pandemic, the students were not able to be physical in the college for the competition, but up to last year, they uh, enjoyed a lot about this competition. And to mention a very for that, last year our student one of the team consisting of Mr. Tanish Kamdi, he's a past chair of IEEE, then Aniruddha Khanwe and Shubham Raute. They stood first in Maharashtra and stood 44th all over India. So that's a great achievement for our student branch of YCC, and I hope the current team will also uh, will keep the trend going on and will be having more and more members of IEEE in YCC. And if members are in YCC, obviously that they will be belonging to IEEE Bombay section also. And these students, like if you are getting that Maneshwari, Proshita, they are excelling well in all the uh, all the portfolios, whatever they have been assigned. Now these people are working with at section level, and hope they will be getting chance to work in India Council as well as Region 10 committees. Right. So I wish best of luck to the organizer, and I'm happy that this is very well organized. The sessions are also very good, and I wish best of luck to the participant. Enjoy these 15 days, and showcase your coding skills so that you can win. Obviously, the winning and losing are a part of life. So don't get disheartened by the results, whatever comes. This is just the beginning, and wherein you are getting, you are going to learn many things from this competition. I wish best of luck to the organizers and the team for successful organization of this competition. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, sir, for your words. I would also like Prachi Palsodkar ma'am to speak a few words about the competition.
Yanishwari, before speaking, I would like to call Thakre sir is there on the board. He is one of the senior
Okay,
faculty and
yes.
now HOD of Electronics Department. Thakre sir, will you please share your few words? Thakre sir?
Yes, yes, madam. Whether I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, all. The organizer of this event, Palsotkar sir and Palsotkar madam, Gnaneshwari, as you know that, and what are the speech given by the Gandhi sir. I welcome you all for this event. See that, as rightly said by Gandhi sir, this is a program related to what the skill for employment development program and innovation challenges, and it will be conducting from 11 July to 25th July. Under the 2021 region to 10 sponsored new innovation challenges of Education Activity Committee, organized by this IEEE Yashwantrao Chauhan College of Engineering, Nagpur Student Branch, in collaboration with IEEE Nagpur Subsection and IEEE Bombay Section, and Sachal Technology LLP. Now see that, as rightly said by the Gandhi sir, that the main aim of this event is that the first thing is that the student must participate in this event, because see that we always think that if you take the participation in the event, definitely you can learn something. And nowadays that the technology will be changing fast, and we must be in a position to adopt that technology. So learning is very, very important. We are not see that whether you are losing the competition or whether you are winning the competition. So for that case, you know that in this situation, the practical knowledge is very, very less. So it is better that hands-on training, because we are missing the practical because of this pandemic situation. So it is better that there must be a chances that whether you can do something on hands-on. So see that there are certain things, some things we can do and some things we cannot do because of the situation is concerned. But our aim is that you must do the thing, at least you must know how that thing can be occur and how we can implement the whatever the problem is faced. See that suppose the certain problem is given for you, at least you can analyze that problem and possibly what should be the solution, that what are the models to be connected so that we can get the result is there. So see that this IEEE is a very renowned society, that this is for the student section is concerned. So definitely you can participate, you can write a code, because see that everybody, what we can see that for a given problem there are multiple solutions, but multiple solution with the optimization, that is very, very important, because the optimization concept is important. Otherwise what happened, everybody having the solution, but who can write the solution in optimize, who can give the solution in optimize, or related to, we can call this as a speed, then what you call hardware, then cost. So we must concentrate on that thing so that you can get the better result. So I wish you all the best for this event. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words. Yeah, as you said, everyone wins and someone wins and someone loses. At the end, it's competition. I would also like to ask Prachi ma'am if she wants to speak a few words.
Thank you, Ganeshwari. I will not take much time from your side because participants are eagerly waiting for our speaker. Abhishek, I hope that you are not getting bored. So we are coming to you. Just I will take 2 minutes. From the organizer's side, I will just like to share with you that how organizers learn from this activity. Last time we had launched one activity, Jugaad Engineering, that was a big failure. I accept our failure that we were not able to organize that event successfully. But see, from that failure, this year again we have come with new launch, that is this innovation challenge launch, and we find that this year we are very successful. So here we have learned very marketing challenges. Means we can say that we have successfully marketed our product. Here our product is our program. So my team was successful in marketing. So the lesson from the organizer side is they are now learned how to market their program. So the best thing when you organize anything is how you do the marketing. This time we have very number of collaborators with us, like Bombay section, IEEE, Nagpur subsection, and IEEE educational activity. With the big brands and good marketing strategy, this program is successful with a very good number of participants. I welcome all the participants. And see, for the participants' point of view, I would like to share that even though you will lose a game, you will lose the challenge, but don't lose your confidence, because even after losing it, you get prepare yourself for the next challenge. And from the failure, everyone has to learn. And at the end of this program, everybody should launch your whatever product you have developed, whatever project you have developed on your profile, so that will be a good marketing strategy which you will learn. So learn to market yourself. So the main outcome which we expect from this program is everybody should know the digital marketing, market your profile, and we become employable. So that's from my side. Now over to you, Naneshwari.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Now I announce that we have finally begun with the 2-week development, employment development and innovation game challenge, Game-A-Thon. I would like to discuss with you all the event schedule for the 2-week Game-A-Thon. On 11th July, that is today, after the inauguration ceremony, we'll be having a session by Abbhishek Paunikar sir on unlock your LinkedIn profile and resume development. Then from tomorrow, followed by the session we have on 12th of July, day 2, Introduction to Git and GitHub by Nishan Singh sir. On 13th and 14th of July, that is day 3 and day 4, we'll be having a workshop on web application-based game development by Anmoldeep Singh Arora. And from 15th to 24th of July, we'll be having a self-learning and project development phase, which is basically you have to implement all the things that you have learned throughout the week, and all the things you will be implementing will be assessed, and on the basis of the implementation and your outcome, you will be judged. And on 25th of July, you will be having the submissions, and you will be assessed on the project presentation day. And we'll be having closing ceremony on 25th of July itself, and also the winner announcement. So all the best to all the participants, and best of luck, so that we could start the Game-A-Thon from today itself. I'll ask Devang Bhalarao to continue from here today. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Devang.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, Devang, you're audible.
A very good warm Sunday morning to you all. I want to ask $1 million question here. What is success? Many have argued over this. Some might say it is fame. Some might say it is money. Some say it is. Some might argue it might be the collection of knowledge, or the amassing of wealth. Or some might say it's nothing but our contribution that we make towards the society. Whatever our definition of success might be, we must all agree that in order to be successful, one must inculcate a very good personality. Or in the case of us professionals, the importance of building a resume is undeniable. Extending this on a limb, I would say that marketing these skills has also become a very important factor for our professional lives, and it is also a very big factor towards which contributes to our professional success. LinkedIn is one of the biggest tools available to market ourselves today. Good morning once again. I am Devang Bhalerao, and I am the Vice Chair at IEEE YCCE Student Branch, and I'll be your host tonight. Kicking off our Game-A-Thon event uh, is a session on this very stepping stone to success. I would like to let me introduce to you Mr. Abbhishek Paunikar sir on unlock your LinkedIn profile and resume development. Mr. Abhishek Paunikar did his bachelor's from our own college, that is Yashwantrao Chauhan College of Engineering, in mechanical engineering from the batch of 2015. I'm proud to say that he's an alumnus of our college. Sir did his master's in finance from Melbourne Business School in 2018. Sir has also assumed various managerial posts in many organizations till date and is currently working as a business strategist head and head trainer at SWAT's Image Consulting. Enough from me now. Let's hear it about today's interesting topic from Abhishek sir himself. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Devang. I guess very good morning to everyone that is present over here. Again,
Abhishek sir, hello.
hello.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Am I audible now?
Sir, you are audible, but voice is very low.
Voice is low.
Yes, sir. Can you increase the mic volume?
Better now?
Sir, still it is a bit low.
There
Not
seems to be some problem with the camera as well. It says the admin hasn't given me the rights.
Sir, can you speak a bit? We can check whether you're audible.
Hello.
You are audible.
Is it
We
better
can go
now?
forward. Yeah, it's better.
It's better. It's better.
You can go forward.
A very good morning to everyone that is present over here. As Devang said, given a brief about who am I would just try to elaborate it a bit. Although I'm a YCCE alumni, I got passed out from YCCE in 2015. It would be interesting for you to know since I passed out in 2015, but I started working from 2011 itself. Right from 2011, I was heading various HR departments in multinational companies, and I am working as an expert HR for 21 MNCs in India. So I only deal with the managerial positions and top level management senior positions as far as the HRs are concerned. I am directly involved with the recruitments as well. YCC is really close to me since I've been, it's a second home for me now because many of the professors have given me multiple opportunity to speak on various topics in multiple departments in YCC. So today I'm going to speak about resume building, and I'm also going to speak about how to market yourself while LinkedIn. I hope this session finds a great deep dig into what exactly resume is and how one should have their own resume. But before starting my session, I would request you. Since 5 years back, I was in the same shoes as yours, and I used to hate when only one speaker speaks and the other listen. So if at all we can have a conversation, that would be great in this session. I would request all the participants not to shy and speak out. Unmute your mics, but no background noises, and just speak whatever you want to answer the questions which I would be asking you. Because in that way, the learning would be very simple as well as it would be fun to learn new things. I just want the responses from all the audience. That is just a genuine request from my end. Please do not mute your mic for an hour-long session because if only I speak, it's gonna be way too boring. Are you on the same page, guys?
Yes.
At least respond, guys. Come on, you all are engineers. At least respond. So I'm just starting with my resume session. Can anybody tell what is a resume?
Something that tells completely about you, your interest, your experience, and what are your interests and everything about you.
Okay.
Resume means biodata.
Resume means a biodata. Okay. What else? Are you guys able to see my
Resume
screen?
is a collection of information about any individual.
Okay. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yeah, it is
Okay.
visible.
Okay. Perfect. So resume is a biodata. Resume is a collection. Anyone else want to try?
Sir, it is a document in which we list our experience, education skills, and achievement and all.
Okay, okay, perfect. So let's start with, as for me, honestly speaking, me being the HR, resume is just a piece of a paper that defines who you are as an individual in your professional life, not in your personal life. Anything related to your personal life should not be in your resume. This is what I personally feel, right? There are many ways of writing a resume. There are many templates available in the market. You pay, you get your resume done. Even that service is available nowadays. But does that make any sense? Number one, because according to me, resume is your real identity. And if you don't know how to make a resume, you cannot actually present yourself in front of public. You all guys being an engineer, I do actually check thousands of resume on a daily basis. And literally out of those 1,000 resume, I don't even read those resume. I just have a look and that's it for me. Only 30 seconds is needed to decide whether I wanted to call that person for an interview or not. Believe me, only 30 seconds. Now you would be wondering, I would be spending around hours and hours to prepare my resume, and an HR would just look at that resume for only 30 seconds and decide whether he is a perfect candidate for the next round of interview process or not. How this is done? What exactly do the HR sees in that 30 seconds? Can anyone actually let me know what exactly do you think an HR would look in your resume in the first 30 seconds and decide whether he is the right fit for the interview or not?
The skills.
Okay. What else?
Technical words.
Sorry, technical?
Technical words like the skills required for the
Okay,
post.
so you mean to say skills. What else?
I guess
His motives, what he want to become, or what where he sees himself in future.
I guess the resume has to be short and crisp so that whatever is important is just highlighted in it and the HR sees and finalizes what he has to do with it.
Okay, okay. So
Well,
let's,
maybe internships and all.
okay. What
The
else?
skills and experience that is related to the job.
Okay, experience. Do you think an HR is going to have a look of all what you have said in 30 seconds? Is it possible?
So the way of presentation.
Very good point. Yes, definitely yes.
Projects that the candidate has previously worked upon.
Do you think this really matters? Because whenever you would be starting your first job, right? So for you guys, it's going to be your first job. So whenever you guys would be starting your first job, is it something that you would be directly placed on a PC and you would be directly starting your work? Or you would be trained to perform a specific job and then you would be taken on board? I guess you would be first trained to perform a specific job and then you would be taken on board, right? So even though having multiple, I have seen resumes wherein people have highlighted that they have done 10 internships, 12 internships, 3 internships. But what if I ask you about your internship and you don't know what you have done? Absolutely of no use to me, right? Because whatever internship you must be doing, and everyone knows how internships are done in India. Everyone knows. I don't need to tell about, because there are few internships wherein they are only for namesake. There are few internships which are relative-based internships wherein you get the internship letters and you just put it in your resume. So for an HR, and let me tell you very honestly, HR is not a technical guy. Although, even if I talk about myself, I am a mechanical engineer from YCCE, but now I don't have any relation with with mechanical engineering. So HR is not a technical guy to judge you on what all technical projects you have done, right? But they see some specific things in the resume which helps them to shortlist whether he is the right fit for my job or not. Let's move on. I would be discussing two resume and I would be telling you how to write a resume, and I would be focusing on LinkedIn in the second half because I personally feel LinkedIn is the copy paste of a resume. But so we need to have a very strong resume first, and then it's very easy to create a LinkedIn profile. The very first thing, if you guys can see my screen, here it's written Abbhishek Paunikar. This is the first resume, right? Here it's my address, that's in Mumbai, and this is my professional summary. So the very first thing you need to write here is your name. I'm just telling you two different formats of resume, and then we would discuss which is the best format and how we need to present a resume. Now, this resume seems to be way too professional. It says Abbhishek Paunikar. This is my summary, right? Like I did my master's. I did my master's in finance, management, and HR. So in all, I have 7 degrees, right? But I have highlighted only my finance degree here. Right. So this is a summary of who I am. Right. I've been awarded as a student of the year as well in University of Melbourne 2016, 2017. So I have written every damn thing in my summary. Do you think this is an effective summary? This is a snapshot of my entire 11 years of career. Right. This is just a snapshot. Do you think this is an effective summary?
No, sir.
No,
Sir,
sir.
maybe not.
Why?
Sir, if it would be in points, then it's easily readable to the HR. So I think points will help it.
What if I convert this entire summary into points? So that would consume almost 1 page of my resume.
It should
Because
be more precise.
everything that's written here, right? Everything that's written here plays a very important role in my career. Being awarded as the student of the year again plays a very important role. Working with companies like Chevron, Condé Nast Publication, New York, L&T, it's very important. Working as a portfolio manager, again, that's an important point because I need to showcase, right? I need to showcase everything. So if at all I try to convert this entire summary into points, that would definitely, consume at least a page of my own resume. So what is to be done here?
It should be so precise. So
It should.
important things to be written in bold, like you have written student of the year. Similarly, all other keywords to be written in bold.
Okay. But again, bold writing in bold is not going to reduce the size, right?
But it will help the HR to look perfectly what you have been trying to say or trying to things you have done. Matlab, and you're perfect at.
Okay. Okay. Moving forward, I would explain you how to write a profile summary as well. Now, do you think this section should be there as in qualification in a resume? Educational qualification or qualification, do you think this should be there in a resume?
Yes.
Yes, definitely yes. So in a resume, there has to be a profile summary, that is number one. Number two, there has to be educational qualification or maybe qualification, right? And then there has to be a career snapshot. So this is all companies till 2018 I've worked for, right? I've worked for Paradigm, I've worked for L&T, I've worked for Reliance Telecom. These are my professional strengths, right? So somebody just said before we start with the resume that skills and strengths needs to be highlighted to have a proper resume. These are professional strengths. Do you think this is important in a resume?
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely yes. This should be a subtopic, a subheading in your resume. Now this is career narrative. Now while I was a working professional, right? And now I'm working for my own self. So when I was a working professional, it's very much mandate for me to explain what all I did in that particular job time frame, right? So career narrative in terms of, like, many people ask me sir, basically we did internship. So we have just mentioned that I have did internship in Steel Authority of India for a period of 2 years. That's it. But do you think just mentioning that you did an internship in Steel Authority of India is sufficient for a resume? So instead of writing here this, I would just write Steel Authority of India and time frame. Do you think will that be sufficient for an effective resume?
No.
Definitely not. The reason is unless and until you explain what you did in that internship, just mentioning that you did an internship in Steel Authority of India is no use to anyone, right? It's just a namesake. But if you just try to explain what all you did in that internship, that makes a perfect resume for an entry-level candidate seeking an opportunity in multinational companies. So whenever you write anything about your internship, mention bullet points at what you did during that time frame of your internship and what was the outcome. That makes more sense. Now, again, you must have done your mini project and mega project, maybe mini project in your second year and a mega project in your final year, right?
Yes.
Do you think that is mandate to write in your resume, and when to write that projects in the resume?
Yes, I guess.
Yes, but when to write? When to write it?
When you're particularly a fresher.
When you are a fresher, yes. What else?
When you're applying for a technical job.
This is a more precise answer when you're applying for a technical job in your field. Right, assuming if a person from a mechanical branch is applying for a job in mechanical, then those mini and mega project is gonna make absolutely sense to your resume. But if a mechanical student is applying for a job in an IT sector and he is mentioning the mini and mega project of mechanical, so it's of no use because they are not actually be able to understand what all you did in your mini and mega project. So we need to. So there is always a very big question. Everyone asks me again and again, sir, can one resume fit all the companies? And the answer is big no. Why?
Because everyone
Different
has different expectations. That's why.
Absolutely, everyone has a different expectation. Every company has a different perspective to view a resume, right? I have faced many people saying, "Ki, sir, I have almost invested 10 hours to prepare a resume, and I would be circulating that resume in every company, the same resume, but I'm not receiving any output." You won't be receiving any output because you have to understand the resume which you have prepared should be company specific. It should be job specific. Having a universal resume is not going to make any sense to you unless until you are from a management background. Because management is same everywhere. But if you are technical, if you are coming from a technical background, so having a universal resume is absolutely going to make no sense. One needs to understand that a person should have at least 2 to 3 different resumes based on the job profile and based on the companies. I have written interest in hobbies. Do you think this is a very important section to be added in your resume?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Why?
It
So it
shows
helps.
Sorry?
what kind of
Sir, it
person you
shows
are actually.
more about your personality and all.
Okay, it shows more about your personality.
I
And why
think it's
does
not necessary.
you think it's not necessary? Okay. Any other answers?
Maybe it's necessary in few of the resumes.
Okay. Sorry, but I would correct you. Resume. Resume. What do you mean by resume? So we pronounce resume as resume. That is the first thing many students have seen. Many students saying, "Sir, my resume is not ready." What do you mean by resume? Resume is something which, if you pause and then you resume your work, that is resume. But now we are talking about resume. Every single bit counts. When you enter the professional world, as Nagpur is a very small place, even the HR in Nagpur would say resume. Please give me a copy of your resume. But remember, it's a resume. It's not a resume. Don't feel bad. I'm just trying to correct you all because you should not actually face all these problems because there are many. If you just hit the floor, maybe in metro cities, even the HR would correct you and he would actually say, please pronounce resume. So you should not face this problem. That's the reason I've corrected you. So according to me, interests and hobbies should be there always in your resume because it's not always about your technical skills. A person wants to know about your extracurricular activities as well. It's not always about who you are in terms of technology or in terms of technical skills. It's always better to showcase a part of your social life as well, and that is very much needed because it is wisely said, and many researches has been done. A person socially inactive is not good for a job. To have a work-life balance as well, you need to be socially active as well. You cannot just close the doors of your social life. Although you would be working for any damn company, be it Facebook, Google, Yahoo, any damn company, every company, there is a new policy coming up in the market when you apply. So I don't know whether you guys have heard about a company called as Music. Anyone?
Yes, I've heard about it.
Yes. The company is based in Bangalore.
Bangalore.
Yes, the company is based in Bangalore. Can anybody let me know what's the company hiring strategy?
I don't have any idea.
You don't have any idea. You know what the company hiring strategy is? The person who applies in that company, the very first thing the HR does is open their Facebook profile and check. Why? Now you must be thinking left, right, and center why a company would open a candidate's Facebook profile and check.
To get information about their social life.
Definitely yes. To get information about it. This sounds to be way too interesting, and the time many people would have a sarcasm expression on their face that why a company would open someone's Facebook account. A company wants to see whether this person applying for my job has a social life or not, right? Because it has been observed that people with no social life is not fit for jobs, and that's where it's not only about your social life. A person with extracurricular activity is more active than a person with non-extracurricular activities. So you need to showcase your interests and you need to showcase your hobbies as well when you write a resume. And what's this? References. What do you mean by references?
Recommendation.
What sort of recommendation you as a student would give to an HR?
Maybe related to his interview process or some questions which he have asked.
Maybe related to interview process.
The LinkedIn profile of yourself.
Okay, so in references, do you want me to add my LinkedIn profile here? Is it what you're saying?
So, but most of the stuff, I think most of the stuff people might mention. I mean, most of the LinkedIn stuff people might mention in their resume only. I mean, like
Right.
voluntary experience and
Right.
internships and all.
Right. Look, guys, references is basically a reference of a professor, maybe your head of the department, or maybe the principal of the college, if they know you in person. So this works a lot. References do works a lot because the entire job market works on networking, right? And networking is at most important these days because physical presence is eliminating day by day, right? Earlier what used to happen was everyone used to meet physically, but these days what's happening is everyone is going virtual. Everyone is networking with people in order to secure a job or in order to secure a position in respected companies, right? So references is basically a recommendation from your professor, a recommendation from your head of the department, or maybe principal, or maybe a professor who must have guided you in your mini project or mega project. And references is not a single line reference, it's basically a feedback given by the professor of who you are as an individual in terms of the professional life. So this place, I will talk more about references when we talk about the LinkedIn profile, but in resume, we need to mention few references through which the company can cross-verify whether this candidate is a good fit. 50% times if company have any doubt, they would call they would call your reference and ask whether he is the perfect guy to actually come and work for my company. At times, if at all company is very much confident about who you are, they won't call your references. But references do play a very important role in a resume. Now, can you just tell me, now I have 11 years of work experience, can somebody tell me that is this resume going to help me out to apply for any job? I haven't, honestly speaking, I haven't updated anything after 2018, right? So it's been 3 more years I haven't updated this resume. Do you think because from 2018 I started working for my own self? Can anybody let me know that this is an effective resume to apply for a job?
Sir, I have a doubt. Sir, companies with big name like BlackRock and Ernest Young, they actually receive thousands of resume each day. So how can they vacillate between someone's summary and all if their resume is big?
I would definitely tell you this. I would be clearing this doubt of yours as well. This is a very good question you have asked. I guess there must be around 100 participants on this call, right? So out of 100 participants, I'm expecting at least 25% from IT and CA.
Yeah.
What is information technology? What is computer science? Can anybody let me know?
Yeah.
Solve problems using programming languages or computers.
Solve problems with the help of computers. A very good answer. Now, can someone relate? How can we solve problem of receiving 1,000 resume on a daily basis and shortlisting it to 10 resume? With the help of?
Filtering keyword.
With the help of computers. So what are we actually going to do with the help of computers? Have anybody given a thought? So you must be thinking, that's a very good question. Companies like EY and BlackRock, they receive thousands of resume. Even my company receives almost 700 resume on a daily basis sitting here in Nagpur. 700 resume on a daily basis. Do you think that my company HR is just going to actually open it, download it, and then have a look at 700 resumes and then give me then shortlist the resumes?
So with the help of ATS tools that can differentiate between a good resume and a perfect resume of students?
Rather, I would say with the help of programming. I would say with the help of programming. I have one more doubt. If the person who was actually in my session since the very first minute I started, I have said one thing, that there cannot be a universal resume for every company. Can now anyone relate why did I make this statement?
Yes.
Requirements of the company.
Sorry?
Requirements of the company.
Yes. Requirements of the company. Okay, let me be very honest with you guys. Like, you are at your entry level jobs now, but what happens is, if at all I'm receiving 1,000 resume on a daily basis, right? All the 1,000 resumes are feed into one programming software, and only a programming software tells me that out of those 1,000 resume, these are the shortlisted one. Out of 1,000 resume, if I set a counter that I don't want more than 50 resume to be shortlisted, how this is done?
Sorting based on size.
No.
Size of the file.
By using algorithm based on the company.
So by using filters.
Maybe by sorting through like internships.
Searching for a particular keyword in the resume.
Yes.
So with the help of skills that are required for the company.
It's basically filters applied for the keywords used in your resume. And what are those keywords?
The demands of the company, like skills.
Perfect. The demand of the company. So there are many people asking, sir, I've applied on LinkedIn for 1,000 jobs, right? But I haven't received a single message from any of the company. You need to understand, you won't be receiving any message from the company because For every company, there is job responsibilities and roles. You need to understand those job responsibilities, you need to understand those roles, and you need to use those keywords in your resume. Then only your resume would be shortlisted, or else you try 10,000 companies in a day, you won't be getting a single call, that's for sure. Because when I am getting 1,000 resume and I said that in any of the resume, I want so and so keywords. If at all that resume contains so and so keywords, then only give me a data of those resumes that have those skills. If at all that resume doesn't have those keywords in it, be it a very good resume, be it a very professional resume, still your resume won't be shortlisted. And that's where I said a very strong statement that a universal resume cannot happen. There cannot be a universal resume for every company, because for every company there are different keywords. Assuming for a moment, like I'm working as an HR and I'm expecting a new team member in my firm. So if I'm expecting a new team member, so I have mentioned that a person should have at least team building skills experience. So what's my keyword here? Team building is my keyword, right? So if I'm using that keyword in my resume, the software would definitely pick that keyword, and I need to set a counter that if at all I'm mentioning 10 keywords and if at all 7 keywords match, then give me that shortlisted resumes. This is how sorting is being done with the help of computers, and this is how your resume is shortlisted. So it's very important for you to understand the job profile before applying, right? The only thing you have to change in every resume is just a summary and nothing else. Whenever you apply for a job, the only thing you have to change is the summary. Because now, if at all you look at this particular resume, right, this was meant for a banking firm. Relationship is my keyword, portfolio management is my keyword, network customers is my keyword, analytical skills is my keyword, right? So definitely this resume is gonna be shortlisted with the help of a software, right? So we need to understand, if at all now we are going to apply to a mechanical based company, right? Someone who is a hardcore mechanical. So if at all I say then he should have a knowledge of RPM, or even for a moment. And in your resume, if there is no knowledge of RPM written anywhere, then definitely that resume is not gonna be shortlisted. That's for sure. If you provide this resume, although this resume says 11 years of work experience, and if you provide this resume in a mechanical company, definitely they are not gonna accept this resume, and even this resume is not gonna be on the table of an HR, because this resume lacks the keyword. Technological advancements are so much these days that human efforts have been reduced day by day. Earlier it used to happen that HR used to see all the resume physically, but no longer now. This is my first resume. Okay, what score would you give to this resume, considering that it's an 11 years of work profile summary written on the resume? What do you think? How this resume would be rated? Be honest. You can say any damn thing. I don't mind. Be honest.
5 out of 10.
Okay. Any more answers?
6 of 10.
Sorry?
6 of 10.
Okay. According to me, it's 0 and 10.
Sir, summary should be in the last.
No, summary has to be the first point of your resume. Summary cannot be in last. When you read a book, do you have a summary at the last, or do you have a preface? What exactly it is? What is a preface? If anybody have a habit of reading a novel, what's a preface?
Summary about
brief information.
Yes.
Preface
So
tells about the author.
Yes.
It's an introduction to the book.
Introduction to the book. So is the introduction to the book written at the beginning or at the end?
Beginning.
Yes, profile
At the
summary
beginning.
always has to be at the beginning of a resume, not at the end. Right. According to me, this resume is 0 on 10, honestly speaking. I would never ever call this person for an interview. Although it's my resume, but still, that is just for the delivery purpose. Now, what about if I talk are you able to view my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you able to view a different resume now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What's the difference? That was a 3-page resume. This is a 2-page resume, right?
Formats.
It's more
Perfect. What
attractive.
else?
Design.
It's more attractive.
The
Attractive
presentation.
design. Present. Perfect. That's presentation. According to me, the one which I showed previous was 0 on 10, and according to me, the one I'm showing you now is 10 on 10. The reason is presentation, knowledge, and the entire data has been broken down into subpoints. Right. Let's go step by step. This is what a resume should look like. This is what I expect a resume from a candidate. Right now, what has to be highlighted is your name and your degree, what you did. Right. This has to be highlighted and this has to be visible. Right. Then your mobile number, your email address, your LinkedIn profile name, and your house address. It has to be there on top of your resume. Your details, personal details, has to be on the left side of the resume, and your contact details have to be on the right side of your resume. Right now, I've seen. I would just take 1 more minute to explain you what is a professional email address. I have seen many email addresses named as ghostwriter@gmail.com, xyz@gmail.com. Just remember one thing, guys. You are entering into a professional world. Having such email address throws a very negative feedback, and a good HR would definitely eliminate your resume reading your email address. So if you don't have a professional email address, make sure that your email address should have your first and last name both. That is a professional email address. I've seen email address at paunikar143@gmail.com. Why someone actually write 143@gmail.com in your email address? Because now you are no longer a student, you would be entering into a professional world. So when you enter into a professional world, everything from tip to toe has to sound professional and it has to look professional. So if at all you guys don't have a professional email address, please make a new one when you apply for a job or when you write for your resume. So this is what the entire heading of the resume should look like. Your name should be bold. It has to be followed by the degree which you are pursuing or doing as of now and your contact address. Now somebody said in references you need to write your LinkedIn profile. I would completely disagree because references would include your professional references. So LinkedIn profile, you can directly say that this is my name of the LinkedIn profile and this is how you can find me. I can write a name here. I can write a link to my LinkedIn profile as well. It's not mandate for me to just write my name. So whatever suits you. Now, again, I wanted to highlight my profile. So my last profile summary was too big. And what I'm highlighting now, can anyone tell me the difference? Guys, you can mute your mic when you're not speaking and you can unmute it when you're speaking because I can hear a lot of disturbances coming.
It's short.
It's short. What else?
Easily readable.
Easily readable. What else?
So it's well organized.
It has dates. It's properly
content.
sorted as dates.
It's brief and
It's
concise.
just the Yes, it's just the purpose of this resume. I'm seeking a portion to continue my career in learning in financial or mid-level management. It's the purpose, what I'm trying to do. It's the purpose that I'm looking out for a job. And it's very word specific and letter specific. Right. Now, again, education. I've said education qualification has to be there. Now, what I did is I just wrote my education year 2016 to 18 Masters of Management, University of Melbourne, Australia. This is the way you need to write. Okay, now let me tell you one thing. You just highlight the college name first. But do you think college name has to be highlighted or a degree which you are doing and that has to be highlighted? I'm not saying don't write your college name, don't take me otherwise, but I just wanted to understand what has to be highlighted and what not has to be highlighted.
The degree has to be highlighted.
Degree has to be highlighted.
Definitely. People have a habit that, I would be highlighting the entire college name, right? But the moment you step out of Nagpur, everyone would be treated equal. Whether you come from Ramdev Baba College, whether you come from YCCE, whether you come from VNIT or maybe IITs and NITs, everyone would be treated equal. So rather highlighting a college, your college name has to be there in your resume, but what is to be highlighted is your degree, right, and the duration. So that is the reason you must be seeing that there are 3 font sizes, wherein my Duration is written in different font size, that is not highlighted because I personally feel it doesn't matter for me at this stage of time of like at this stage of time when did I did my masters, because I'm already in the workforce since long, right? Then this is gonna play a massive role in my next job placement. That is where I have highlighted my masters of management there. You guys must be thinking in my previous resume there was masters of finance, and now in my this resume this is masters of management. Right. The only reason is because I custom made my all resumes according to the work profile or according to jobs I'm applying for. I have 7 degrees, but I have just mentioned 3 because I thought that these 3 degrees, at time mentioning all your 7 degrees is again a negative point because a company might feel that you are overqualified for that job. So we need to understand the differences between this. Now this is education qualification. Now this is my work experience. What is the difference between the work experience of my previous resume and work experience of my this resume?
It shows the timeline.
Perfect. This is what has to be there. Now, since you all are freshers, so how can you use timeline in your resume? How can you incorporate the timeline of your resume?
Internship duration.
Internship duration, perfect. Right now, you know what exactly happens in my previous resume, the one who rated at 5, the one who rated at 6, honestly speaking that was 0 and 10 because it doesn't had any appearance. Secondly, it was too wordy, like a lot of words were used in that resume. Now you must have heard about a term called as pictorial resume. I would show you if I have, means if at all I could find one. Pictorial resumes are in trend because there are less words used. Also, the second most important point is people hate reading. People wants to actually cut short the time frame and they just wanted to read the important point, that's it. Now since I have a long work experience and that's the reason I have to have a 2-page resume, but for a fresher like you even a 1-page resume is doable, right? Now this work experience has a time frame and is perfectly written. Now what is the difference between just writing in skills and writing it this way? Let's speak out, please. What do you think? What is the way I've used my skills here?
What are
According to
the level of skills that you have?
Okay. Do you think I have written email marketing only 2 black boxes? Is it a negative or a positive point?
Negative.
Sorry? Do you think it's a negative or a positive point?
I think it's a negative, I
the
guess.
skill shouldn't be rated by oneself.
The skill shouldn't be rated by oneself. I would completely disagree. That means you're not confident of your own self. If you cannot rate yourself, then that means you are underconfident from the HR perspective. I have written MS Office 4 black boxes. I have written networking 3 black boxes. I have written email marketing 2 black boxes. So I just want to ask you one simple thing. Do you think email marketing 2 black boxes is a negative thing to my resume?
No,
No, it's not.
because you wrote MS Office in full 4 boxes because you're confident in that.
Perfect, right. Skills doesn't mean your expertise. Let me be again very clear. Skills and expertise are 2 different things. Mentioning the skills can be developed at any given point of time, right? Even if MS Office, so I am 100% confident in MS Office, but I'm not 100% confident in email marketing. I'm trying to be very honest with the HR, and HR would love to be honest, right? Instead of if at all you write that you are 100% confident with email marketing, and if at all HR asks you this question that how do you actually market through email, and if you don't know how to answer it, that means you are making fun of your own self in front of an HR. It's always good to rate yourself when it comes to skills, right? And there is always a scope of learning. You cannot be jack of all trade and master of none, right? So you have to be learning many things, but you can just masters in few things. You cannot just master yourself in everything you got, right? So skills. Now again, this is a pictorial representation of a skill. If I just write skills, my MS Office, analytical skills, leadership, networking, email marketing, it becomes very monotonous for me to read as well. But having indication of the level of skills I have, that is always a better way to write and do things. This is going to have a very positive impact when you create your custom-made resume for your own self. Now, coming down to expertise. I haven't written my expertise. Why? Anyone, guys, speak out. I don't mind. Even if you speak wrong, that's completely fine because we all are in a learning process now. I haven't
So
rated
it's
myself as expert.
expertise.
Yes, it's
So it's
expertise.
expertise means that's why you're fully confident on all of these qualities.
Right, right. Very true. That's expertise, and this is where maximum people commit a mistake, that they rate their expertise as well. If you try to rate your expertise, then definitely you lack brain, honestly speaking, right? Because expertise is something you are expert at. You think you are expert at, and you think that nobody can beat me in this particular domain. This is where expertise comes into picture. And now, if you guys remember, I have said a software is the one that shortlists your resume, and this is where I have to use those keywords. Assuming for a moment you're applying for Google. So I know Google wants these four particular skills. So I would just mention those skills. You write those keywords at any point in your resume. That software is going to pick that keyword, and that software is going to shortlist your resume. And this increases the chances of you getting a call from the HR. So this is where I'm going to use my keywords. I'm not going to use my keywords here, but I'm going to use my keywords here. Now understand the difference between using a keyword if you just use a different resume format. So that in order to shortlist your resume, this plays a very important role. So now, for a fresher, you won't be having a work experience, so you can directly start here with your internship experience. Now, there might be a question that, sir, मैं तो internship की नहीं कभी life में, तो मैं क्या लिखूँ resume में? What would you write there? If at all you haven't done any internship in your entire journey of 4 years of engineering, what would you write here? No internship, no work experience. You just have your skills, profile, and education. Will that be sufficient?
Projects maybe.
College projects.
Yes, you
Yeah.
need to fill that gap with the help of college projects. If you haven't done internship anywhere, it doesn't matter, right? It is good if you have done, but if you haven't, then it's not going to make a very big difference in your resume presentation. So in this case, if you don't have your internships, then you can definitely write your college projects. Now, this is awards, right? What can you as a beginner utilize this space for?
Certification and courses.
I would rather say achievements.
Yes, achievements.
Yes,
I would rather say
achievements.
achievements because, if you just look at this resume, the entire left hand side of the resume, I am just trying to avoid usage of words. I'm trying to be more precise. I'm trying to be more clear of what I'm trying to say here, right? So rather than awards, if you don't have any awards, rather you would, it's a good idea to write achievements there. Writing just an achievement is not going to make any sense. You need to write in which year have you achieved it, and who was the organizer of that particular platform, or maybe a particular competition which you might have actually participated in. Now, then comes a column of language. Is it important to write language in your resume?
Yes.
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 And why do you think so?
Because it will
Because
determine where we work.
communication matters a lot.
Communication matters a lot.
So it can if company can shift you if they have branches in other states or something.
Right.
But both of
Right.
these languages can help.
Right. Although English is widely used, but let me be very honest, in the workforce, if at all you're going to a core companies in mechanical, electrical, and electronics, IT, still there is a culture of people speaking English inside the company. But as far as mechanical companies are concerned, if at all the company is based in Mumbai, Pune, and Nagpur, people are very much comfortable with speaking their home language there. right? And that's where language do play a very important role. So we need to mention what level of language are we at, right? We need to mention what all different languages do we know. If at all anyone have ever applied for a job, in the job responsibilities and job description, you would find a column wherein languages known should be English and Hindi. Languages known should be English and Tamil. Languages known should be English and Marathi. Why? Again, understand for everything, the software is going to pick it up, because if at all in job description there is they say that there has to be a person should be in a stage to speak Marathi. So this word Marathi, the software is going to pick that word, and that is going to be a keyword matching for the software to shortlist this resume. And that is where this column also play a very important role in a resume. Now, I have written social media, I have written my Facebook, I have written my Twitter, I have written my LinkedIn and Instagram. Do you think for a fresher this is mandate?
No.
No, for freshers it's not necessary.
For freshers, again, no, this shouldn't be in a fresher's resume. As far as Twitter and LinkedIn, fine, still acceptable, but Facebook and Instagram for a fresher is not mandate. Although, but if you just change your jobs, if you go at higher level profiles, this is 100% mandate, because they want you to understand, they want to understand whether this person is socially active or not. But for a fresher, this is not required. Only Twitter and LinkedIn. If you are writing, that's perfectly fine. Now, again, what's this? Hobbies and interests. Do you think this is a good way of presenting hobbies and interests?
Yes.
Why?
Pictorial actually.
Show extracurricular activity.
Right. At times what happens if a resume is too wordy, one becomes too bored to actually read the entire thing. So pictorial resumes are a combination of using graphics with your words. So this is a 10 on 10 resume, and if at all I custom made or tailor made it as per the requirements, I'm 100% confident that this resume is going to be shortlisted. The only reason is I would be using all the keywords which the company is requiring. Now, if you look at the format of the resume as well, it is very much clear, it is very much crisp, and this is what a resume should look like. Now, I have seen many people adding, your 10 school college symbol, and 12 school college symbol, and your engineering college symbol. Do you think that really matters a lot?
No.
No. Actually, no. As far as your campus placements are concerned and an interview is happening inside the campus, then it actually makes sense. But if the interview is happening inside the campus, then they know that you are a student of ICC, right? So unnecessarily using a space is not going to be of any, positive point in your resume. So this is how a resume should look like. Do you have any doubts in resume now? Have you understood the structure? Have you understood the difference between a normal resume and a graphical resume?
Yes.
Do you have any doubts as far as the structure of resume is concerned, as far as what to write and what not to write in resume?
No doubt.
Sir.
So,
Sorry?
so can we add a profile picture?
I would personally recommend not to add your profile picture or your photos in your first resume, but in your first job. But afterwards, you can add your profile as in your picture, not for your first job. What else?
Sir, what about the QR codes of the LinkedIn, like the not to
Yes, you can definitely add those QR codes of your LinkedIn profile. Yes.
So
Sir,
can you tell me what software you have created this interview, means this resume?
On what software I have created this? Are you
Yes,
talking
sir.
about what software? It's
Yes.
It's not a software. It's just a Microsoft Word platform.
Okay, sir.
Sir, can we add?
Means
Sir,
what
can
you
we
can
add
do
portfolio
is,
websites?
I would give you an example of portfolio as well if I have. Let me just find it out what a portfolio looks like. But honestly speaking, for a fresher, portfolio is not needed because nobody's gonna have a look at your portfolio because you are a fresher. Portfolio comes, I do have my own portfolio, but portfolio comes into picture when you have at least more than 3 years of work experience. Then you can actually maintain a portfolio for yourself, because HR people or the person who's going to interview you, he is not going to give you so much of time to go through the portfolio. Any more doubts?
So I don't have doubt regarding resume, but can I ask some other?
Yes, please.
So as you mentioned, one of companies' hiring strategies, they check candidates' Facebook profile. So sir, why is social life important when it comes to entering into corporate world?
Why social life is important? There are multiple research. Have you heard about Taiwan? There's a.
Sorry, sir.
Have you heard about Taiwan? It's a
Yes, sir.
place, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is the policy of Taiwan? Do you know what is the job policy of Taiwan? What is the working policy of Taiwan?
No, sir.
Okay, it's just 5 hours work, 5 days a week. That's it. Can anybody let me know why have they implemented this policy in place, as in 5 hours work, 5 days a week?
Because rest of the time they should
Give their
spend with your
employees
family
break
and all.
time. Work-life balance.
Yeah, work-life balance, and rest of the time they should spend with their families and all.
Okay. So basically, they used to have 8 hours of working life, but when they have started to implement 5 hours of work life, then what they did is they have seen, they have observed that out of 8 hours of working life, an individual spend around 2 hours on their mobile phone. And so in that 5 hours, Taiwan companies people are not allowed to use their mobile phone. The efficiency remains the same of working for 8 hours with mobile phone and working for 5 hours without the mobile phone. Now you must be thinking the efficiency, the work remains the same, and but on the company front, they have incurred almost a profit of 25% on reduction of the electricity which a person sits in the company for 8 hours and use it. So this is a strategy. Now your question was why a company wants someone, why a company checks someone's social life. It is very important for a company to check someone's social life because they want person not to be only sitting in front of a computer, but they are looking for all-rounder people. They are looking for person, they are looking for employees who are socially active as well and technically strong as well. Because just being technically strong is not going to make, because if at all you are technically strong and if you don't have a social life and if you are a very introvert person, do you think you would be able to generate business for the company? Do you think you would be able to generate business for the company if you are technically strong but you don't have presentable skills, you don't have social life, you are very introvert? Do you think that's going to help you out to generate business for a company?
Sir, I have a
No,
doubt.
sir. It will not work out.
Sorry?
Sir, I have a doubt.
No, sir.
May I ask?
Mm-hmm.
Sir, what about if we have a good LinkedIn profile that totally signifies our skills and everything, but we don't have a good Insta profile, we didn't mention anything very in a good way. So is it contradicting both of the profiles that
Sorry,
we
you
don't
have
have
a good LinkedIn profile but you don't have a very good.
Insta or Facebook
Doesn't matter at all. What I want is just a social presence. I am not gonna scroll your photos. I'm not gonna scroll what you have in your feeds, right? I just wanted to check a candidate's social presence. That's it. My intention of looking at the candidate's social profile is not to check and go in and dig into their personal life. My intention to check their social is just their social presence. We don't want to make our profile look beautiful by posting our good pictures. Nobody is interested in that. But we wanted to check your social presence. Any more doubts?
Sir, what about posting of things on LinkedIn? What?
I would, after this, after we complete
Okay,
this
sir.
doubts, we would have a quick LinkedIn session as well for
Okay,
15, 20 minutes. Any more doubts on resume? Okay, there's a very important column which I usually see in a fresher's resume, and that is personal data, personal information. My name, my mother's name, my father's name, my date of birth, and marital status. Do you think this should be there in the resume? I have seen in many colleges format as well. I would not name them, but I have seen that that's a trend in NAPO to write a personal information or personal data, which includes your mom, your mother tongue as well, your mom name, your dad's name, yours name, your date of birth, and your marital status. Do you think this should be there in a resume?
No, that's
No.
not
No,
important.
sir.
Not required currently.
Not at all required. Nobody's gonna judge you whether you're married or unmarried. Nobody's gonna judge you on when you were born, and nobody's gonna judge you on your mother tongue, be it Marathi, Hindi, Gujarati, Marwadi. So that's the stupidity to mention your personal information in your resume, because you have already mentioned your name on top of your resume, but still in your personal information you are trying to repeat the same information again. That is absolutely not gonna make any sense. So do not even try to write your gender, your name, your date of birth, your marital status, and your mother tongue in your resume, right? You would come across many, formats of the resume wherein a personal information column is there. But I would recommend not to write, not to disclose anything about who you are on your personal end, right? It's not gonna matter a lot, because what matters is your skills and what are you gonna bring on the table, and nothing else. Doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you bring on the table when it comes to your first job. Any more doubts in your resume?
Sir, what is the ideal page? Like, we generally listen from our colleges that don't extend your resume more than one page. Like, it should be ideal for the fresher. So, but what if we are extending with words like we have some experience and internship opportunity that we have to mention in the resume, and we are extending like 1.5 page. So, what is it any issue for the freshers?
Look, for a fresher, your resume should not be more than 2 pages. Try to compress it in one page by using this resume technique. Try to compress it in one page. If at all you think that I cannot write everything of who I am in one page, then you can go up to 2 pages, but not more than 2 pages at all.
Oh, okay, sir.
I have multiple doubts on resume, but I'm expecting those doubts from you. Okay, now nobody has asked me, is it okay to use colors in resume? What do you think?
Yes, it is totally okay to use colors in resume, but there is some good colors that like professional colors, like we don't have to use like pink and light colors. There just like some colors like blue
Okay,
and yeah.
okay. Any more thoughts? Is it
I don't think.
advisable to use colors in your resume? So this resume has two different colors, right? One is the black, obviously that's the font color, and the other one is gray. So is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because it is minimal.
Okay. It's absolutely okay to use colors in your resume, but it should be only in the shades of white and black, and no other colors should be used. We are again professionals, right? We are not interior designers, or we are not architects, or we are not fashion designers to use any other colors. We are entering into a professional life. Any shades of white and black is completely fine. Be it light gray, dark gray, or anything, right? Nobody's gonna print your resume when it comes to getting your resumes in the companies. But what I would recommend is any shades of white and black is fine to be used in your resume. No other colors, no RGB, as in red, green, blue. No RGB colors to be used. Only black and white, shades of black and white. That's it. Any more doubts on resume?
Yes, sir. I have a doubt. Is the
Yeah.
CV and the resume are same thing?
No. What's the difference between a CV and a resume? Anyone? What's the difference between a CV and a resume?
So CV is a detailed information about your work profile. Like fresher should be use like resume, but when we have achieved some experiences, that our resume turned into a CV, like to the detailed information.
Okay. So a simple example to your question asked, the one which I've showed you previously can be turned as a CV, and the one I'm showing you now can be written as a resume. Now you tell me what is the difference between the previous one and this one.
Sir, resume is a one page, and in CV there are many things, just like the experience, then the certifications, and all everything is mentioned in CV.
Everything is mentioned in detail, right,
Yeah.
point wise. So basically, I would send you an example for CV as well. A CV can be 5 pages, a CV can be 10 pages, but a resume has to be, broken down into just 1 or 2 page. That's it. So resume is a shorter version of CV, and CV is the expanded version of your resume. So the one that I've showed you two resumes this morning. So the one I've showed you earlier can be termed as a CV, and the one I'm showing you now can be termed as a resume. Anything else?
So which tool did you use to make resume of yours? This one.
Okay, it's Microsoft Word. What I can do is, maybe the person who is the in charge of this particular session, you can just text me. I can share few resume custom made templates, which I usually, because I write resumes for professionals, so I can share those templates with you guys and you can use it. So I guess there are around, I do have around 100 templates of resume. So I can share all the 100 templates of resume, and you can just use those templates and make your own. So that would ease your work. But all of the
Sure,
templates
sir.
are Microsoft Word made templates.
Sure,
Any,
sir.
any more doubts in resume writing? I can see 91, 91 odd people attending this, but guys, don't be shy. Come on, because you can ask me multiple questions. I'm here.
So, some people say that they have submitted their cover letter. Is it also different?
Yes, Rona. Cover letter is a very different thing, and cover letter is something to do with why you wanted that job. But honestly speaking, for a fresher, a cover letter is not required. But if you look on the future perspective, once you complete your first job, as in once you start with your first job, your cover letter has to be there. So cover letter is
Okay,
again
sir.
company specific. It is again company specific. It is again requirement specific. You need to write everything in the cover letter that why you wanted to apply. So it's basically a letter. You are writing a letter to an HR, and you need to write everything that why you wanted that job and why you are applying that particular company. You need to explain everything in the cover letter, but not required at the initial stage.
Okay, means experienced person when moving to another
Yes.
company, he submit
Yes.
cover letter along with resume, like that.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
sir. Okay, okay.
Any more doubts as far as resume is concerned? Okay, I assume that there are no doubts. So let's move on to LinkedIn. Before we move on to LinkedIn, let's take a minute break, and then I would move on to LinkedIn. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir,
Let's take
fine.
a minute break. Yeah. Okay. Are you guys able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many of you already have a LinkedIn profile, or this is going to be your first time, building up your LinkedIn profile?
I have one.
I have.
You have one. I can see few people just before the session they have requested They have seen me connections on LinkedIn. Right. Now, can anybody tell me what's a Facebook?
It's a social network.
Social networking site. What do you mean by social networking site?
Means Facebook.
People online.
Media that can help to communicate others.
Okay. So what is the purpose of Facebook?
To make friends online.
Networking.
To connect people.
Purpose of Facebook is to make friends online, communicating with people, staying in touch with your friends who are not with you, right? But what sort of background are we talking about?
It's generally
When it comes to
personal and informal platform. It is Facebook.
informal platform, perfect. Now consider Facebook same as LinkedIn. The only difference between Facebook and LinkedIn is again used to connect with people. It is again used to make friends, but let me correct friends. When I say friends, we are talking about professional friends. We are not connecting for personal friends and personal reasons. We are making friends, but for professional work related friends. We are doing the same thing as what we are doing on Facebook, but the only thing is the the vision changes. On Facebook, we are more involved into our social life, but when it comes to LinkedIn, we are more involved into our professional life. That's the basic difference. Now, this is how exactly a LinkedIn profile looks like. I hope means it's the same way as in you just log into you just sign up in your Facebook, the same way you have to sign up on your LinkedIn profile. The profile looks like this. Now, I have my professional photo here. This is what my cover page is. Do you think this cover page is professional? And do you think this cover page should be there?
Yes, sir, because it
Yes.
includes your skills.
Because it does not include my skill, it includes who am I. Right? I'm a business strategist, I'm a corporate trainer, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a career coach, I'm a business consultant. So these are not my skills. This is who am I, right? So it has to be have a means your LinkedIn has to be have a cover page. Now, how to upload a cover page? This is very simple. This is the way you upload your photo on your Facebook. This is just an edit button and you upload it. This remains same. Now again, when it comes to your LinkedIn profile, how LinkedIn is used? What's the purpose of LinkedIn? As in, I told you one that is professional networking. What else is the purpose of LinkedIn?
To connect with employers.
To connect with employers.
So to
Okay.
know the updates of the industries, like what are the current updates?
Yes. Yes. What else? Okay. Assuming for a moment.
Get job.
To get job. Yes. Assuming for a moment, I wanted to apply for a company named Google. Right. Do you know who was the HR of Google? Hello. Sorry. Anyone? Do you know who is the HR of Google?
Sir, there are lots of HRs in Google.
There are lots of HR, right? So if at all we don't have this platform like this, so definitely it's gonna be a challenging task for us to find out who is the right person to apply for a particular job, right? So there are multiple HRs. If at all we just type here that people working at Google or maybe HR of Google, that would give us multiple connections. I would give you an example as well. Now this is the heading of my LinkedIn profile. This is who am I, that's my profile picture, that's my name, and this is again what are things I do, right? It's a business strategy, corporate trainer, again that's a reputation. I cannot fit multiple things here, and that's the reason I've said career communication trainer and expert HR. This is who am I, right? The very first thing, look, I have seen people increasing numbers on LinkedIn out of around 20,000, 40,000, 60,000 as well, but that's not needed. We don't want to flaunt how many friends do we have on LinkedIn, because the connections which we are building on LinkedIn, that's only for professional level. You have 10 connections, but that 10 connections should be making any sense to your future profile. So we don't just increase the numbers when it comes to LinkedIn profile by accepting and by sending many requests. If at all you think that I would be a person to help you out at any given stage of time, then only you can actually send me a connection request, or I would be sending you a connection request. Because it's not just like having 10,000 people of no use. It's better you have 1,000 people who can be your future prospects whenever you're doing your professional life. This is how LinkedIn works. LinkedIn doesn't work on numbers. LinkedIn just works on, so there are basically two things, quality and quantity. So LinkedIn just works on quality. They don't work on numbers, right? Now, it is very much important to actually update your profile every week. I would tell you why. So if at all, can you see people also viewed? So many people here. People you may know. I would come to this later. Now it says about yourself. Do not write that you are just pursuing your so and so engineering degree from so and so college. The platform has given you a sufficient word limit to write everything of who you are, right? So it's basically about yourself. A LinkedIn profile is 100% completed only when you would be actually filling all the boxes. If you don't fill any of the boxes, your profile would not be suggested to any of the prospective employer. Now, again, when you use LinkedIn profile, the same way your resume is shortlisted, your resume is shortlisted based on your keywords. Similarly, your LinkedIn profile is shortlisted based on the keywords, and HR gives the recommendation that this profile matches so and so keywords. Right. So now in this case, you need to write who you are, what you did in your entire life. In my resume, if you might have seen, I have not written my certifications because there are more to add, right? So there are more to add. But now I have been given a space to write everything. So this is where I write about myself, right? Then these are my followers, this is what my experience is. Now again in LinkedIn, just writing that you are, you did your internship at so and so place is not gonna suffice your purpose. You need to explain everything in bullet points, that what you did in your internship, because that is gonna make more sense. So covering LinkedIn is just a 10-minute process for me once you understand how to write a resume, because resume is a copy paste of LinkedIn is a copy paste of your resume. You write your experience and internships in the resume, so you just need to copy paste it, right? Then your education, you write it in your resume as well, you need to copy paste it. Licenses and certifications, so this is where you add all your certifications and licenses if you have any in your certification courses, right? Then voluntary experience, this is a very important box of your LinkedIn profile. Why this is very important, can you let me know? Anyone? Guys, try, at least try it. Why this is important? Is anyone there?
Means everyone always is not on only on work or technical or professional things.
Yes.
He or she does
Yes.
something else for society also, so he can
Yes.
display there.
Yes, that's very important, right? What you get from the society, if you are able to give at least 2% also, that makes a lot of difference, right? So it's not always getting things from people. It is mandate to for you to get involved in some of the social activities. That is a very positive thing, and HR looks at a higher level jobs. And it's not always about you earning money and filling up your saving accounts. It is if at all you are earning. I am not saying to donate everything what you're earning. I'm just trying to say if at all if you can help a single person in your life, that is a positive point in your profile, and HR look at this. Because if you might have heard about a word called as CSR activities. What do you mean by CSR activities? Any idea what is CSR activity?
The corporate companies spend some of percentage of their earning for a well-being of society.
Yes, corporate social responsibility. So a CSR stands for corporate social responsibility. So everyone who earns right? They have a responsibility towards the society to give back, and that is where this picture, this point comes into a notice that this person is already involved in CSR activities. So it's basically your Ola journey. That's my own NGO. That's my own NGO in Mumbai. So this is how I'm not asking you to open your own NGO, but I'm just trying to say connect with some of the NGOs or do any social activity. There are Help Is India platforms. There are make a difference. There are many platforms. You can connect with them. You can work for them. At least one day a month. That's not much. At least one day a month. So that is a very positive point one should have on your profile, that you are involved in corporate social activities as well. Again, languages. I have written only English because that's what I feel I'm confident at. And secondly, when it comes to LinkedIn profile, nobody's gonna actually see whether I know Hindi or Marathi, because being like this entire profile is not for an Indian company, but this is for an Australian company because my roots are from Australia. So again, when it comes to languages, I have written English. These are my interests. When you create a profile, so they will be asking you what are your interests, and you need to fill this. Now this is just a profile, so this is just like filling up your Facebook profile, but in a professional manner. Somebody have asked me that whether I can use the QR code of your LinkedIn as well. So you can use the QR code. You can use the LinkedIn link as well. This is the link. Once you click your and you can custom your URL from here. You will edit your visibility as well. I don't need to get into details of visibility and everything because you guys are much smarter when it comes to Facebook and everything. So you know who to show and who not to show. So, but this profile has to be shown to everyone. Why this profile is important? Can somebody tell me how to apply for jobs here? You cannot apply for random jobs here. They won't accept your application for random jobs. And I would tell you a power of LinkedIn as well. Please do not mince. It's just between you guys. Do not disclose it to anyone. I would just give you a small example of how do I connect with people. And just hold on. Okay. So she is one of the best HR I have ever came across, and now she is the regional head of HDFC Securities. Do you think with the help of a resume you can directly reach the regional head of any company? I'm just trying to let you know what is the power of LinkedIn now, right? Do you think is it possible for anyone? You don't text randomly to people, right? If at all you think that is going to help you out, then definitely you can. But don't just message to random people. So, do you think is it easy for someone to reach directly to regional head at HDFC Securities via your resume? And do you think your resume is going to reach to the regional head of HDFC Security ever in your life?
No, until we have a direct connection on LinkedIn with
Yes.
them.
No, until you have a direct connection. If your profile is, if your profile sounds good, if your LinkedIn sounds good, you can connect with any professionals and they will be more than happy to grow their network, to grow the professional network. Now, if you look at this, back in 2019, I wanted a break. I wanted to, hunt for jobs because I was fed up of my business and everything because it was monotonous for me. So I was like, let's try, again enter into a corporate world. So on June 3rd, 2019, I texted, just wanted to check if you have any other openings which may suit my profile. Highly appreciate your help. Warm regards, Abhi. Right. This is a message which I have sent to Fiza. I have multiple messages like this. She haven't replied me for a month and 7 days. Right. So I got a reply on 10th of July. Hi, how are you? Please call back. Do you think this would have been possible without LinkedIn?
No.
No, sir.
The regional head, I'm not boasting that I'm a very big person and she is replying me. I'm just giving you an example that things can turn around with this platform if you use it effectively. She could have blocked me as well, but after going through my profile, 1 month and 7 days later, she just said, "Hi, how are you? Please call back." I was like, "Hi, Fiza, I'm good. How about you? What should be a convenient time to call you?" I said, "10 a.m. should be good, dear." Okay, right. Not yet. We'll keep you posted. Stay in touch via phone. She have given me her mobile number as well. And on this particular day, 10th of July, I got a offer letter to be a cluster head around 4 o'clock in the evening. That you're the cluster head for South Mumbai region at HDFC Securities. This was just, honestly speaking, on my part, this was just a fluke to try it with the regional head because I wanted to skip the queues of waiting for HRs and getting a reply. So I directly approached, and she, on this particular day, that is 10th of July, got an offer letter around 4 o'clock. She, I did connect with her at 10. I did went to see her, and after my interview, I was like, "Is there any updates?" Then she said around an hour and a half later, please stay in touch via phone. And then around 4 o'clock, I got my offer letter from HDFC Securities as a cluster head. So this is where networking matters a lot. But before reaching to this stage, you need to make your profile to that level wherein people would respond. Right. So LinkedIn is basically you have to be very much active with who you are as an individual. Right. Now in notification exactly it works similarly as what the Facebook works. It says it's people with your profile, you get all the details, messaging. Now jobs. This is one of the most important things which again you would come across. Now it says search by title, skill or company, city, state or zip code. Assuming for a moment I look for relationship manager position. So it came relationship manager. There are so many jobs applicable for relationship manager. Now say apply on LinkedIn. When it says you have to apply on LinkedIn, that means your LinkedIn profile will be shared with the HR. So you need to make sure it's not going to be your resume, right? Now it says easy apply. So your entire LinkedIn profile, whatever you have written on your LinkedIn profile would be directly shared with the HR of that company. Right. So in this case, what happens is you need to update your LinkedIn profile with every professional thing you do. I don't want any non technical things to be added on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is all about professional networking. The moment I write relationship manager, it shows there are 11,290 jobs for relationship managers. It becomes very easy. And now being a fresher, what we have a habit is we just actually apply randomly to all the jobs we think we could fit for, but that's not the case. I was talking about, I would give you other examples wherein okay, I was talking about some keywords as well. It says a person should have excellent communication skills. He should be presentable. He should be product knowledge by term plan. So what's my understanding of term plan would be my keyword, right? Immediate joining would be my keyword. So if at all I use these keywords and apply, hit the apply on LinkedIn button, then definitely this lady Arwa who posted this job would call me up because I match all these keywords which she is looking at. So again, she's not gonna go through my entire LinkedIn profile. She's just gonna use those keywords and tell me whether you are a perfect fit or not. So this is what entire LinkedIn is. So you just have to look for the jobs which you wanted to apply, and you just have to hit the apply on LinkedIn button. That's it. This is what the power of LinkedIn is. Again, you connect with people here. It says there maybe these people are from YCCE now, and they have some very recent connection here. IEEE. So you connect with people, and once you build up your profile, they would be giving you job recommendation on your profile itself. They would be telling everything about how to apply, how to like how to apply for the job, how to apply for anything which you're willing or intending to do. And this is where you get all the knowledge of the companies, what's happening all around the world. This is just the feed of LinkedIn. Any doubts related to LinkedIn? Guys, speak out, please.
No, sir, I don't have doubts.
Okay. Anyone else have any doubts in LinkedIn?
No, no.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me on the overall session that I have taken? No questions related to LinkedIn. No question related to resume. Okay. What you guys can do is you guys can just work on your LinkedIn profile and you can just text me that whenever I get time, I can go to your LinkedIn profile as well. And I would ask my team as well to go to your LinkedIn profile and give you a feedback of what is to be added and what not to be added and what is to be removed. So that would help you to actually build up a strong LinkedIn profile so that it becomes visible to the HRs. And one more very important thing is when you apply for opportunities or when you look for opportunities and when you apply for jobs, if at all you haven't used your LinkedIn for more than 4 days, that means you go back, because every now and then a new profile is created. So to be active, to be visible in front of the HR, to be visible in front of the hiring people, you need to be very active on LinkedIn. Active on LinkedIn that doesn't mean that you need to post on a daily basis. Active on LinkedIn means you have to have your profile active, because if you are just creating an account now and after a year you are just logging into a LinkedIn, that means your profile becomes dead, inactive. So to have a good attention of people on your profile, you need to make your profile active. Any more doubts, any more concerns?
I would request all the participants to please fill the feedback link in the meanwhile. And if you have any queries, you can ask, sir. But please make sure that you fill the feedback form.
If at all you don't have any question, guys, I would just take a leave now. Like I would just wind my session here itself. If you don't have
Sir,
any questions, and if you have, please feel free to
sir,
ask. Yes,
sir,
please.
I wanted to ask that while you are pursuing your graduation, what other things you did which added in your resume or which helped you to apply for jobs and all?
Okay, while I was doing my engineering, I was working with Reliance as a customer service head. So I started working when I was in the first year of my engineering.
Okay, sir.
Any more questions, guys?
Sir, can you stop presenting? We need to present.
So we
Okay.
have one question from Ajinkya Latif. So he said, "Sir, how can a student who has done freelancing add to his LinkedIn profile?"
Sorry, your voice was breaking up.
How can a student who has done freelancing and add to his LinkedIn profile?
Work experience, in the column of work experience.
Okay, sir.
Any more doubts?
If we are done with the questions, we can proceed with the vote of thanks by Ms. Tushita. Okay, sir, I guess there's a question in the chat box by Mr. Vaishnav. How can we contact you if you want to ask something?
How can you contact me if you want to ask something? Sorry, let me open the chat box. Hold on. Okay, you can. All of my details have been given on my LinkedIn profile, my email address, my mobile number, and my company details as well. You can get back to me on any of those modes available.
Any more questions?
Okay, I
Yeah.
guess Tushika, you can proceed.
Yes, sure. Good afternoon, everyone. My name
Sir,
is
I have a
Tushita.
question.
Okay, Vardhaman. You can go.
Sir, I have a question that if we apply on the LinkedIn, then is our profile is shared with them?
Yes, your profile is shared to the hiring managers.
So,
Okay, sir.
excuse
Yes.
me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, suppose we are having our LinkedIn profile and we have not been putting any of the stuff there. And after the seminar, if we feel like we have to put some sort of stuff there, so can we put all our previous things from now onwards?
Yes, you can, but make sure that you don't post it everything at once, right? Because if you post everything at once, your profile would be inactive for long. So try to post it once a week so that
Okay,
your profile remains active and you have content to post as well.
okay, sir.
Any other questions?
Okay. I want to say thank you, Abhishek,
Thank you so much, ma'am.
for
Yes.
joining this event.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it, right? So, thank you so much, sir, for such a valuable session. This will for sure help us in our placement drive and future also. I thank you on behalf of IEEE YCCSB for your valuable webinar. We are really fortunate enough to have such a talented personality who guided to the best extent. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
I would like to remind the participants once again to please fill the feedback form. The link is provided in the chat box. Okay.
All the participants kindly note that they will be given a task to perform. The details about the task will be sent to your mail and in the WhatsApp group. So kindly participate in the task. Thank you all for joining. We have came to the end of the session. You all can leave now. Thank you all for joining. We have came to the end of the session. You all can leave now.